We're open tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Good night.
CBS News. See it now, anytime, anywhere.
New at 6, a suburban fire chief finds himself answering to the police chief tonight. Why the fire official is facing domestic battery charges.
Paying it forward Oprah style, how one suburban woman's good deed doubled the fortune of a new mother.
Ready, eat, shop. Bargain hunters get the early jump on deals with stores open Thanksgiving Day. Good evening, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. I'm Sylvia Gomez.
And I'm Rob Johnson. Diane and Antonio are off. We begin with a hostage situation now in its 16th hour in the South Shore neighborhood. It began when the suspect charged into the upstairs apartment of his neighbor and took 2 women hostage.
CBS 2's John Duncanson is live near 68th and West Jeffrey, where police are trying to convince the men to let the women go. John?
That's right, Sylvia. Another hour has passed, and from what we know, very little has transpired in terms of finding some kind of resolution in this case. That's since 1:30 this morning, when a man started firing shots and ultimately took 2 women hostage.
He shot at me, chased my old lady out the back, shot at her.
A first-hand account of what transpired in this South Shore neighborhood this morning.
We are definitely trying to ensure that no injuries occur and this ends in a peaceful and safe manner.
Police responded to a call that shots had been fired about 1:30 a.m. The shooter, a man in his 20s who lived in the building, took 2 young adult women hostage. Other residents of the building later fled with officers' help as SWAT team members took up positions in what would become a day-long siege. Late this afternoon, the man's sister, who police didn't identify, called for him to give up.
They're going to get you everything you need, everything you're asking for. They just want you to come out and just cooperate with them, that's all.
While SWAT teams had battering rams at the ready, police are being very careful to end this situation without further incident.
We plead with the offender to release the hostages and to bring a peaceful resolution. What we want to do is help.
Now, police have had an ongoing dialogue with the hostages as well as the hostage taker pretty much all day. They continue their efforts to try and convince him to come out peacefully and not hurt anyone, as no one, Rob, has been hurt yet. They're hoping for that situation to continue.
John, sounds like they've been talking for a while. At what point do they change their strategy? Have they indicated that to you at all out there?
They have not indicated it. If you were to divine from their behavior with the number of top brass here, I think they're being very, very careful, and they're being very, very patient. I don't think they're going to try anything forceful, if I can use that term, anytime soon.
Yes, you can. All right, John, thank you for that. Changing gears now, it is a bittersweet Thanksgiving for several business owners on Chicago's North Side. They feel lucky to be alive after their businesses were destroyed by fire. It happened early this morning in the 2500 block of West Devon Avenue. The fire quickly raced through a block-long vintage building home to about a dozen small businesses. They included a restaurant, jewelry store, dress shop, and hair salon. The salon's owners told CBS 2's Mike Parker it was a total loss.
Everything is gone. Everything is gone.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did you have insurance?
No.
The building's roof collapsed, but no one was injured. But because of the massive debris, arson investigators will have to wait days to examine that building.
The Naperville fire chief is on administrative leave and facing domestic battery charges. He's accused of punching his teenage son. CBS 2 West Suburban Bureau Chief Mike Puccinelli has more on this altercation and the chief's future.
It's definitely a Thanksgiving to forget for Naperville's fire chief. That's John Wu on the phone, trying to get a ride away from jail. He was brought to the lockup late last night after his 17-year-old son called police to the family's home on Whitehall Lane.
The son indicated that there had been a heated verbal altercation between the two of them, and it turned physical when his father had physically assaulted him.
No one came to the door when we stopped by today, but last night, Chief Dial says his officers confirmed the son's allegations of assault.
He struck him with his fist.
Face, body?
In the abdomen.
Was the son taken to the hospital?
He declined medical treatment.
But Naperville's top fireman was taken into custody, photographed, and charged with domestic battery. His bond was set at $3,000. He posted 10% and was released. This morning, he was in no mood to talk. Is there any chance we can get a statement from you, Chief? But earlier, he told our news partner, the Naperville Sun, that he hoped people would respect his family's privacy. He also said this has nothing to do with the fire department. There are good people there.
Nice to see you.
We caught up with Naperville's mayor while he was volunteering at a charity event. He declined to talk about the chief on camera. But off camera, he said, quote, "My heart goes out to the family and the fire department. He's a really good man," end quote. A good man who, by law, can't go home for Thanksgiving. As part of this morning's bond, he was ordered to stay away from his son for a 72-hour cooling-off period. Mike Puccinelli, CBS 2 News.
Wu has been temporarily relieved of his duties. The assistant fire chief is now serving as the acting chief. Mike Puccinelli and the Naperville Sun work together to break news. Watch for Mike's reports in the Sun's newsroom or from wherever the news happens in the western suburbs.
Guns found in the home of a couple murdered in Cary are being examined to determine if they were used in the crimes. The bodies of Gloria and Nicholas Romano were discovered early Monday morning. They had been shot to death. There are still no arrests in this case. Funerals for the Romanos are scheduled for Monday. 4 people are charged with burglary after allegedly stealing computers and vandalizing an elementary school earlier this week. 10 computers were stolen from Hendricks Elementary School late Sunday night. The vandals used fire extinguishers to smash windows in the classrooms. They also overturned a trophy case. No word on total damages yet. Police were called after the burglars tripped an alarm in the building. An anonymous tip led detectives to 3 teens and 1 adult. They were arrested on Monday.
A plan to run machine gun exercises on Lake Michigan is running into more opposition. The Coast Guard wants to conduct live machine gun training on its cutters and small boats, but Michigan City Councilwoman Pat Boy won approval for a resolution that could limit them to onshore simulators instead. It also calls for the use of non-lead bullets. Boy says she fears for the safety of boaters and underwater life.
The spring-like weather outside was pretty inviting to folks before they bellied up.
Pretty inviting?
That's pretty good. You know, I think it was snowing this time last year. Today it was like 60.
It was beautiful. The sunshine and the warm weather was a perfect combo for golfers to make a few birdies before eating a little turkey. That just doesn't seem right. And some folks along 69th and South Shore got in a little bit of a workout before eating. That's called planning ahead. CBS 2's Steve Baskerville is in weather control to tell us if Black Friday shoppers are going to have some of that same warmth tomorrow. Steve, what do you think?
Rob and Sylvia, we know it's going to stay mild tomorrow because it is still mild after dark. Oak Park is an example of that. It's 44 degrees there, and we'll spin out some more temperatures. 45 Woodstock, Sugar Grove, 46 Homewood. If you live near Homewood, it's 45. LaPorte, 42. Now, in terms of the satellite, that's a good image to have. The clouds roll in is not a bad thing. It will keep a lid on the temperature so they don't get out of hand later on tonight and get too cool for it. So we can go back to that, and I'll show you what tomorrow afternoon should be. It should be in the 50s for anybody who's going to go shopping tomorrow with a southwest breeze of 5 to 10 miles an hour. Yes, Rob and Sylvia, I'm going to leave and get a head start on both of you now.
Not that Steve isn't always popular, but he's unusually popular.
Yeah, on this kind of weekend.
Perfect.
Steve, when you go shopping, just I'll let you know what my size is later. Sunshine made spirits bright at Chicago's McDonald Thanksgiving Parade on State Street. Bands played and Tom Turkey spread his wings for wide-eyed spectators. I was one of them. Performers put on their holiday best and the crowd flipped for the Jessie White tumblers. Giant balloons delighted young and old despite a shortage of helium, but U.S. Steel came through with the hot air and the balloons were launched.
They're really big and they're fun to watch.
They like fly around and stuff.
Are they cool?
Yeah.
They were cool. Thousands of people turned out for the gala tradition. The parade is 73 years old and still going strong. I hate to say this was my first time going out there, and I just loved it.
It was terrific. You and your son had a great time.
We had a
didn't you?
delightful time.
It's a beautiful day
Yeah,
out there,
it was
no doubt
gorgeous.
about it. Soccer mom gave her son's coach a kidney, and it was just the beginning.
Up ahead, how these two are carrying on the true spirit of giving.
And attention Kmart shoppers on Thanksgiving. Yep, thousands of blue light bargain hunters got an early jump on Black Friday.
On the next ET, secrets from tonight's explosive Grey's Anatomy.
We crossed the line.
Then on Monday, Marsha Brady's eating disorder secret.
Bulimic.
Starving herself to death.
Did you make yourself throw up?
Yes.
On ET.
Tonight at 6:30 on CBS 2.
Wouldn't it be great if you could just change cars as often as your tastes change? Hi, I'm Chuck Piano, and I'm proud to introduce to you the new Infinity of Orland Park Flexible Short-Term Lease Program. Now you can drive a brand new Infinity G35 Coupe or the all-new redesigned FX35 at these incredible low payments. That's a brand new car every year without breaking the bank, and with our exclusive guarantee, you'll find the Infinity you want in stock for less, or it's on us. Infinity of Orland Park. We're driven heart and soul.
It's time for Beat the Clock savings at Ashley Furniture Home Store. The earlier you shop this Friday and Friday only, the more you'll save. Savings in addition to our already low Ashley Home Store prices. Friday from 8 to 11, take an additional 20% off anything. From 11 to 2, take an additional 15%. And from 2 till 9 p.m., take 10% off our everyday low Ashley Home Store prices. Plus no interest and no payments for 90 days. Beat the Clock savings is one day only Friday and only at Ashley Furniture Home Store. In style, in reach.
Now that was a dinner party. I wish there was a way we could do this faster.
No, I got an idea. Let's go crack open your computer and take out some of the high speed. Holy.
A lot can change in a year, especially in a town like Chicago, but change can be good. Hi, I'm Chuck Piano, and I'd like to invite you to Orland Park Nissan to see the hottest new lineup of cars and trucks. There's a 2007 Versa, brand new and offering a whopping 35 miles per gallon, or the totally redesigned Sentra with a bold new look and incredible handling. See these and the rest of the great new lineup at Orland Park Nissan on 159th Street between Harlem and the Grange Road. We're driven heart and soul.
A soccer coach is celebrating Thanksgiving this year thanks to the generosity of one of his players' mothers.
She gave him a life-saving gift 2 months ago, and as CBS 2 Northwest Indiana Bureau Chief Pamela Jones reports, that was just the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
You won't find it in the oven or in food trays here, but the spirit of Thanksgiving is alive in the hearts of Christine Eaton and John Wager. They're giving thanks for a full recovery from kidney transplant surgery. Christine, a soccer mom, gave her son's coach a healthy kidney 4 months ago.
I was home in a day, John was home in 2 days, and we were just thankful for everything that happened.
It can change your life. It changed mine.
Back in July, we showed you photos of John, the picture of health back when he was coaching, but his health was deteriorating. This time last year, John Wager's kidney failure brought him to this Portage Dialysis Center 3 times a week, an exhausting process. But he says the gift of his new kidney has brought his life a newfound energy.
I feel so good. Every day I feel so good. It's just like, it's like being rebirthed.
John and Christine continue to give each other gifts of support. Christine wrote a letter to NBA star Alonzo Mourning, who also received a kidney transplant. And Mourning called John just before his surgery.
I was in shock. I didn't believe it at first.
John struck a deal to have Christine throw out the first pitch at a Gary Railcats baseball game. This pitch is living the idea that Thanksgiving should include gratitude for the simple willingness to give.
I give something to somebody every single day, whether it be my heart, a kiss, something. I give to somebody something every day.
Pamela Jones, CBS 2 News.
And an update now. Absolutely it is. Christine has gone back to her job as a substitute teacher, and now John is a substitute as well in study hall.
Pamela Jones and the Post-Tribune work together to break news. You should watch for Pamela's reports in the Post-Tribune's newsroom or from wherever news happens in Northwest Indiana. She's on top of it out there. This Thanksgiving, the patients at Chicago's La Rabida Children's Hospital are enjoying a feast fit for royalty. For the 46th year, the Chicago chefs of cuisine prepared a gourmet dinner for kids who can't be home with their families. The tradition began back in 1960 when some of the chefs' children were being treated for rheumatic fever at La Rabida. Donations from Chicago hotels, restaurants, and clubs helped make that party possible.
Did you see all those smiles,
Very
too?
nice, yeah. They looked like they were enjoying themselves.
That's terrific. Well, as you know, Oprah has given away cars, furs, even houses.
I know, and I'm never in the audience. Now she's given away cash, and she's inspired one of her audience members to share that wealth.
And I'm Mark Malone. Coming up in sports, extra helpings of Thanksgiving football on this NFL Thursday, including the latest from Hallis Hall, where the Bears are giving the Pats their respect, but they insist they are not intimidated.
Brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. This is tonight's CBS 2 Chicago primetime lineup. CBS 2 named Chicago's best television station as winner of the first ever Emmy for station excellence. Excellence in reporting, excellence in breaking news coverage, excellence in community coverage. CBS 2, experience excellence.
Get your holiday shopping finished in one day at the Carsons after Thanksgiving sale. Start by checking Thursday's paper for a $10 gift card good on Friday from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. Carsons, even the price looks nice.
Tis the season for happy Honda days, and what better way to celebrate than to save on your favorite Honda, like the best overall value Accord, the rugged Ridgeline, the fuel-efficient 8-passenger Pilot. They're all just waiting for you at your Honda dealer. A brand new Honda will definitely put you in the holiday spirit. Happy Honda days. Lease a Honda Odyssey for $289 a month for well-qualified customers.
This is the furniture event you've been waiting for, the Thanksgiving Marathon Sale at Value City Furniture.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months.
Through Sunday, get this chenille sofa and love seat for just $5.99.
You'll also find video chairs from $29.
Animal chairs only $14.99.
Thousands of recliners from $179.
And more curios than you can count, starting at only $49.
The Thanksgiving Marathon Sale starts Friday morning at 8 at Value City Furniture.
High quality, guaranteed lowest prices.
Well, there was the field trip to the petting zoo. That's a fun way to learn about allergies. And then we had a sprained ankle from ice skating. And what's a slumber party without a chipped tooth? We've had a busy year. Luckily, Maggie's got health coverage through All Kids. It's low cost or free, and it's good. And all uninsured kids in Illinois qualify, so you should check it out. Trust me, you're gonna need it. Hey, Maggie!
Hey, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Well, we're having a huge Thanksgiving sale at Ritz, Kits, and Wolf Camera. So don't just stuff yourself with turkey. Stuff your pocket with savings on the Nikon Coolpix L4 digital camera, only $99.99. Or gobble up the Viewpoint digital camera for an amazing $49.99. And for the dressing, an $80 Against the Elements winter coat, free with the purchase of selected digital cameras. The Thanksgiving sale at Ritz, Kits, and Wolf Camera.
With doorbusters like these, you'll have lots of reasons to be thankful at the Carsons after Thanksgiving sale. Doors open Friday at 5 a.m. with doorbusters good from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. Carsons, even the price looks nice.
You know, sometimes a person gets a chance to make a big difference in someone else's life, and on this Thanksgiving, a pharmacist from Naperville reached out to help others. Sophia Asari Nkansa showed up at Rush Copley Hospital in Aurora earlier this month, arms filled with gifts. She was in the audience when Oprah gave members $1,000 each to donate to charity. Sophia sought out the most needy person at Rush Copley. She gave a pregnant woman with sickle cell anemia $300 worth of toys, and the hospital had a surprise too.
An anonymous donor that has come forward to donate an additional $1,000 to the family.
I was so happy, and my heart I felt as peace.
But there's more. Sophia was going to give the remaining $700 to a woman to help her buy a car, but the spirit of giving on this day is contagious. Darcy Buick and Joliet ended up donating a car of its own, so the rest of the money went for gas cards, clothing for Katrina victims, and clothes for needy kids. That's terrific.
I love that story. That's terrific. Well, for the die-hard shoppers, Kmart staying open on Thanksgiving was just another day in the trenches. Some stores, including nearly 1,400 Kmart stores, didn't bother waiting for that Black Friday to kick off the holiday season. Why not get a leg up on everybody? Kmart opened its doors at 7 this morning and will close in just about 2 hours. More retailers are staying open for Thanksgiving to offer special holiday discounts in the stores and online.
Very, very competitive.
This is a tough time of year.
Sure is.
4 wonderful weeks of holiday fun, though, began today at Daily Plaza.
That's right. Welcome to the Chris Kindle Market, a Chicago tradition now in its 11th year. It's a charming German-American festival with one-of-a-kind shopping, traditional food and drink, and entertainment. You can enjoy the fest every day through Christmas Eve. And Steve, today's weather was something to enjoy, I think. Was it not?
Oh, this was terrific. You know what, though? Some grandparents tonight might be saying, hold on now, 1931.
Oh, right. Who can forget 31?
That's exactly right. 69 degrees. That's the record. Now, we can celebrate how warm it's been, but it has been warmer the 23rd of November. We got up to 58, which felt good. 30 degrees was a start, which is just about what you expect for this time of year. By the way, 43 is a normal high, 23, 24 days into November. These are look at how cold it can get, -1. 6:51, the sun rose today and set at 4:25. Bright skies all day long. We are still flirting with 50 degrees the farther south and west you live. Maybe you live in southwest Cook County. It's almost 50 there. It's 49 in Midway. It is 46 degrees now around Romeoville and Joliet. And the same temperature reading out at DeKalb. We might have some clouds drift in this direction, and that'll keep a cover on things, and it won't get too cold overnight tonight. Anybody who lives up around Fargo or across Montana, they've got some rough, snowy weather, and up around Boston now seems to be the center of attention for the heavy rain that is falling in the northeast. So anybody who's traveling to the east tomorrow, this weather improves. So it's a good travel day today, but for 2 days in a row now, the weather in the northeast has been pretty miserable, and right in the middle of the country, we're doing fine. So the rest of this evening, we stay mild and breezy around here. Comfortable weather. Overnight shouldn't get any colder than about 36 degrees. In the morning, we'll have temperatures in the 40s before the southwest wind that we will get will help to pump the temperatures up again, and we get Thanksgiving leftovers in more ways than one. We get the same day tomorrow that we had today. So it'll feel good and nice weather tomorrow. Now, the next threat of rainy weather won't be until the weekend. Storm approaches from the west, and it'll get here. The timing has it that after midnight, I mean, not after midnight, but after sunset on Sunday is when we expect the rain to fall, and Monday looks like it could be the messier of the days. But this is just a quick peek at some of the highs we expect tomorrow afternoon. Live up around Fox Lake, a repeat performance there, St. Charles, 54 degrees. Nice weather in Naperville, almost 60, maybe again in some neighborhoods in the northwestern parts of Indiana as well. So we'll give the average high of 57 for Friday and slightly cooler toward the weekend, but still very nice weather around here. We don't see any major changes occurring until the start of next week or the very end of the weekend when we get the rain again. So it is fantastic.
Nice.
We'll take it.
Couldn't have asked for anything better. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks. Coming up in sports, the Bears claim they're confident for Sunday despite the Patriots' 3 Super Bowl rings.
That's nothing. Why Dolphins quarterback Joey Harrington was happy to get an early shower in his return to Detroit. Mark Malone is up next.
This CBS 2 weather segment is brought to you by Tucson, real, natural Arizona.
This is the desert of your dreams, Tucson. Start planning the vacation you're longing for. Go to visittucson.org. Tucson, real, natural Arizona.
Buick wants to reward you with a date with Rachel Ray. You and a guest will fly to New York to see a live taping of The Rachel Ray Show and enjoy the finest the Big Apple has to offer with a $2,500 shopping spree, compliments of Buick. It's the Rachel Ray Getaway, the experience of a lifetime. Hurry, this is the last week to win at your local Buick dealer. You'll receive a subscription to Every Day with Rachel Ray magazine just for coming in. So get to your local Buick dealer before it all ends November 25th.
Now you can take the CBS 2 News team with you, no matter where you go. Catch us at work with email alerts, daily CBS 2 webcasts, and thousands of hours of instant video on demand at CBS2Chicago.com. On the move, get CBS 2 News and Weather now on your mobile phone. And as always, you can find me, Diane Burns, weeknights on CBS 2 News.
On air, on your mobile phone, and online at CBS2Chicago.com. CBS 2 is always on.
All right, it's Thanksgiving, so we start with football. The Patriots have lost all 3 games this season at home, but are 11-1 in their last 12 games against the NFC. That's the game the Bears are faced with this Sunday. The Bears went through their paces today at Hallis Hall. Every active player on the roster practiced, including Dante Wesley, who was hurt in the team's loss to the Dolphins. Regardless of the Patriots' 3 Super Bowl wins in 5 years, the Bears insist they are not intimidated.
They've lost some ball games this year, so evidently teams that go in there aren't going to just, lay down just because they're the New England Patriots. I think we're playing at a high level right now, and we have a lot of confidence to go in there and win.
It's not something for us to be intimidated about. Our job is to just stop the run and defend the pass. And once you simplify it like that, Super Bowl rings it doesn't matter.
We're getting to the point where we can win big games. We can compete with the best teams out there, and we feel like we are noble opponents.
All right, the Buccaneers landed in Big D to take on the Cowboys this afternoon. Tony Romo out of Eastern Illinois tosses 5 TD passes on the day, 2 of them to Terry Glenn. By the way, this game was for the Birds. The Cowboys big over the Bucs, 38-10. To the Motor City, where the Lions and Dolphins began the Thanksgiving football feast today. Miami down 10-0 when Joey Harrington finds Marty Booker for the Dolphins' first score, 10-7 Lions. Up 17-10 in the third quarter. There we go. Harrington gets flush from the pocket. He'll find Booker a second time for a touchdown. Harrington throws 3 TD passes and gets an early shower. The Dolphins score 27 unanswered points and win it 27-10. SIU taking on Arkansas at Disney World in the Old Spice Classic. The Razorbacks come strong to steal the feed to former Marshall star Patrick Beverly and clear. Arkansas led by 4. SIU hung around the inbound pass to Jamal Tatum for the tray. And we're tied at 42. Tatum had a chance to win it at the free throw line, shooting 2. What do you think, guys? Well, misses the front end. That sent the game into overtime, and SIU loses it in OT, 61-53. Well, this is Thanksgiving, and it includes 3 helpings of the NFL football variety today. The Broncos and the Chiefs will play tonight at 7 o'clock. And finally, Bears head coach Lovie Smith. He was asked today if the media was invited to his house for a little Thanksgiving turkey.
Your house. You're always invited to the Smith's house. All right. Yes, and address is 1000 Football Drive.
1000 Football Drive is Hallis Hall.
That's right. You don't think he'd stiff the media?
Make sure you bring your own potluck, though.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate
That's pretty sharp. That's our news at 6. I'm Sylvia Gomez.
I'm Rob Johnson. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
We're signing off for now, but don't forget, CBS2 is always on. CBS2Chicago.com.